When you think of the greatest courtroom dramas ever made, certain names immediately echo through film history. 12 Angry Men, a room full of jurors wrestling not just with the fate of a boy, but with their own prejudices. Anatomy of a Murder, Otto Preminger's masterpiece of law, morality, and manipulation. And of course, Primal Fear, that unforgettable duel of wits between Richard Gere and Edward Norton. These films made us fall in love with the drama of the courtroom, where truth is elusive and justice hangs by a thread. And if those classics spoke to you, then the masterpieces of this century will absolutely grip you. Let's dive into the most powerful courtroom dramas of our time. First up, The Lincoln Lawyer from 2011. Imagine a slick defense attorney who doesn't operate from a corner office, but from the back seat of his Lincoln town car. Matthew McConaughey plays Mickey Haller with charm, swagger, and razor-sharp instincts. When a wealthy client is accused of a brutal crime, it feels like just another paycheck, until the case twists into something far more sinister. Directed by Brad Furman, the film traps you in a game of deceit and moral choices, where the law is a weapon as sharp as any blade. It's stylish, suspenseful, and gives us one of McConaughey's defining performances before the reconnaissance truly began. If you want a courtroom thriller that's both entertaining and intelligent, The Lincoln Lawyer is one that demands your attention. Next one on our list is Fracture. From the very first frame, it's a duel. Anthony Hopkins as a wealthy engineer accused of attempting to murder his wife, and Ryan Gosling as the hotshot prosecutor who thinks it's an open and shut case. But Hopkins's character isn't just smart, he's dangerous, constructing a legal labyrinth where every turn leads to doubt. Directed by Gregory Hoblit, the film is sleek, tense, and filled with verbal sparring that feels like gladiatorial combat. The cinematography mirrors the polished, deceptive surface of its main character. Everything looks pristine, but underneath lies rot. Watching Gosling's youthful bravado clash with Hopkins's seasoned cunning is electrifying. Fracture isn't just about law, it's about pride, intellect, and the terrifying possibility that justice might lose to genius. Third one is Anatomy of a Fall, which is a masterclass in modern courtroom storytelling. Sandra Hüller delivers a performance so raw and layered that it feels like you're sitting in the trial yourself, torn between sympathy and suspicion. The story follows a writer accused of murdering her husband in the French Alps, and through every testimony, every flash of memory, the truth slips further from our grasp. Directed by Justine Triet, the film won the Palme d'Or at Cannes, and it's easy to see why. It's not just about crime, it's about relationships, trust, and the blurry line between fact and perception. This is a courtroom drama elevated into high art, where the real question isn't just, did she do it? But can truth ever be fully known? Next, The Trial of the Chicago 7. Written and directed by Aaron Sorkin, it has his trademark rapid-fire dialogue and an energy that makes history feel alive. Set in the late 1960s, it tells the story of 7 activists charged with conspiracy after protests at the Democratic National Convention. The cast is phenomenal. Sacha Baron Cohen, Eddie Redmayne, Mark Rylance, each bringing fire and conviction to roles that embody defiance against authority. The courtroom becomes not just a stage for law, but a battlefield of ideals. Sorkin turns real history into a riveting spectacle that feels startlingly relevant even today. This isn't just about what happened then, it's about what keeps happening now. And that's what makes it unmissable.
You're the first to suggest that I have discriminated against a black man.
Then let the record show that I'm the second.
The fifth one we couldn't ignore is The Reader, a haunting film that stretches the definition of courtroom drama. Kate Winslet delivers one of her most unforgettable performances as Hannah, a woman with a buried past that resurfaces during a war crimes trial. David Cross and Ralph Fiennes embody the scars of memory, love, and guilt that span decades. Directed by Stephen Daldry, the film is about history, morality, and the painful truths we carry. Its courtroom scenes pierce through the surface of legality and into the depths of human conscience. The reader lingers with you, reminding us that trials aren't just about crimes. They're about how humanity chooses to remember and judge itself. Next, we move to Just Mercy. Few courtroom dramas carry as much heart as this one. Michael B. Jordan plays Brian Stevenson, a young lawyer who takes on the case of a man wrongfully sentenced to death, portrayed with devastating power by Jamie Foxx. Directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, the film is based on a true story, and its impact is shattering. The courtroom becomes a place where hope fights against systemic injustice, where one man's determination to see the truth recognized becomes a beacon for many. It's inspiring, heartbreaking, and ultimately uplifting. A film that reminds us that justice is not given, it is fought for. And finally, Dark Waters. Mark Ruffalo stars as a corporate defense lawyer who suddenly finds himself on the other side, taking on a chemical giant accused of poisoning communities with toxic waste. Directed by Todd Haynes, the film is a slow burn thriller where the courtroom isn't flashy, but the stakes couldn't be higher. The health of thousands, the truth against power. The muted tones of the cinematography reflect the weight of corruption and persistence. Ruffalo's restrained yet passionate performance grounds the story, while Anne Hathaway adds emotional depth as his wife. Dark Waters isn't just a legal battle. It's a fight for survival, for accountability, for justice itself.
What if you drank it?
Drank it? It's like saying, what if I swallowed a tire?
What if whatever's killing those cows is in the drinking water?
These films prove that courtroom dramas are not relics of the past, but living, breathing stories that still shake us today. From slick thrillers to moral reckonings, from personal struggles to battles against entire systems. These stories are as gripping and profound as any classic. If you love the tension, the wit, the revelations of the genre, then these are not just films to watch. They're experiences to feel.
I hope you enjoyed this quick cinematic dive. Want to witness more of the silver screen brilliance? Then make sure to check back at Watch That Film.